Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jimmy from Hong Kong, and I'm studying in the Graduate School of Agriculture in Kyoto University. Today, my topic is plastic waste management through visualization of individuals' effort and AI recycling technologies. First of all, this project is a joint work of a team of Baixian scholars during Baixian Summer Program 2019. And these are the photos of us presenting during the summer program. And I've made some arrangements for today's symposium. The reason that we choose this topic is because of the news that China banned the importation of recyclable materials in 2018. And this includes recycled plastics. This is very important because before the ban, China was the country that received the most amount of waste from the world. And there was a documentary called Plastic China. And this documentary described the problem of the waste in China that affects the quality of life of people in China. And before the import ban, many developed countries send the waste and give the money to developing countries to handle their waste because it is far more easier to handle than doing by themselves because of the cost of manpower and technologies. However, the developing countries cannot handle all of the waste from the world, and actually most of the amount of the waste are going to the ocean and landfill, and only a small portion of them are being recycled. After the import ban, the developed countries still didn't try to handle their own waste, but instead they are changing the target from China to other countries, mainly in Asia, and such as Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, India, etc. And they are distributing the waste that previously went to the China. And here our group has had two ideas to relieve the problem. And the first one is the visual communication to change consumers' behavior. And the second one is the use of AI recycling system. And we hope that from these two approaches, we can decrease the amount of waste going to the natural environment, and also we can enhance the recycling capacity. Just like this. And let's begin with the visual communication. The start point of our idea is to visualize and concretize the impact of individuals' efforts on the environment. Because many people think that what they are doing doesn't matter and doesn't affect that much, but we are trying to tell them what you are doing. And by the collection of everyone's power, we can change the environment. So I think it will be more easier to explain with examples. The first one would be the healthy stairs in Japan. And you can see at each step there is a number showing how many calories you are burning. And this is a process of visualization from invisible to visible. So calories is something that you cannot see, but the stairs is something that you can walk, you can feel, and it's real. And by walking the steps, you can know how many calories you are burning. And a second example would be a power-aware cord. So this is one of the best 50 inventions of 2010 selected by Time magazine. And I also like this invention because this cord can show how much electricity is being drawn to the device. And the more electricity the device is drawing, the brighter the light is emitted by the cord. And this is more intuitive than you just reading the electric meter to show how much electricity you are using, so the consumers can be aware and use less electricity. So let's go back to the plastic waste problem. One of our group mates have designed a creative method to show, to visualize the plastic waste to the monitor on all kinds of stores that have a digital display, such as convenience store, supermarket, souvenir shops, or restaurants, etc. So specifically, on the monitor, there is a picture of ocean full of plastic waste. let's say if we are buying things in the convenience shop, if we don't need a plastic bag, we say, I don't need a plastic bag. So the monitor some of the plastic waste from the ocean will disappear, so become lesser and lesser. If another customer come and say she or he doesn't need a plastic bag, so more and more plastic waste will disappear, and finally there will be a clear and very beautiful ocean view on the monitor. So this is a very simple example. So we are in the convenience shop. The monitor asks you, do you need a plastic bag? So if you choose no, some of the waste disappear, and more customers said they don't need a plastic bag. So more and more waste disappear until there's nothing here. And we think that the good point of this design is we are reminding the beauty of nature instead of presenting the pollution, which may make the customer feel guilty. Our next idea is using AI to boost recycling capacity. The current common recycling method is called single-stream recycling. So the mechanism is to put every recyclable materials into the trash bin, and the trash bin will be eventually transported to the factory and classified by machines and manually. The good point of this recycling method is that it is very user-friendly to the family to recycle their trash because they don't need to classify by themselves. But the disadvantage is also very obvious, is the contamination. For example, you finish a pizza, so there's a pizza box which is made by paper and recyclable, but it's very greasy and it may contaminate the whole trash bin. That makes the things inside the bin cannot be recycled. And even for plastic, plastics is not just plastic, and it may include different materials. And actually, there is a mark on your plastic product showing which material is it, and it requires different treatment in the factory to recycle. And AI recycling is actually happening in Shanghai because of the new regulation that forcing families in Shanghai to classify their own trash by themselves into 4 categories, including kitchen waste, recyclable waste, hazardous waste, and other waste. But it is very difficult to classify and very confusing. So Shanghai government established this AI trash bin. So how difficult is it? I have 3 examples for you. The first one is shellfish, the second one is rice dumplings, and the third one is pork bone and chicken bone. So let's think about for several seconds, and let's see if you can classify it correctly into these 4 categories. Let's talk about the bones. Even for pork bone and chicken bone, they are classified as different categories. So for pork bone, it is included as other waste, but for chicken bone, it is kitchen waste. So I know why, because I've checked the information online, but for normal families, they don't know how to classify it. Maybe they will just throw it into the kitchen waste. But at that time, you already do it wrong. So it's very confusing, and by the AI trash bin, they can do it for us. And our group trying to extend the idea to the classification of plastic waste. And the concept of the AI recycling system should be able to exclude non-recyclable, low-quality garbage. That means the dirty garbage. And if they can identify the dirty garbage, they can separate it from the clean garbage. And also, they can classify the plastic waste according to the type of treatment. So we can apply the AI system using the technique of convolutional neural network, and we can learn from the experience of the AI trash bin in Shanghai. To conclude, the China import ban policy raises an urgent need for us to solve the problem of plastic waste in the world. And also, we are trying to relieve the problem by 2 approaches. One is the monitor one, and another one is the AI trash bin. And finally, I would like to express my special thanks of gratitude to my team that are contributing a lot on this project. And I would also like to thank Professor Zhao for giving me the chance to present here. Thank you very much.
This is not a question, just a comment. You have shown us the issue, the attitude, which is going to the supermarket and declining to take the plastic bag. I'm one of the people who systematically do so. I never take a plastic bag.
Yeah.
If you find any plastic bag at home, it's my wife. And now, this is a perfect example of the many things that each one of us can do on a daily basis to really bring a huge change to the world. But quite apart from that, many of us carry plastic bottles. We can do this, right? You can put your water here, and you don't have to carry a plastic bottle all the time. You can take water from your home, especially in Japan, where water is very safe, clean most of the time. Put it here and go with it. It's not so heavy. And so we should go ahead and recommend that an increasing number of people change the way we live if we really care for sustainability. Most people will say it's my own money and I use it as I wish. That's not the point. The money is yours, but whose planet is it?
Yeah.
Okay? The planet is also mine, so I need to take care of it. So we need to do both. It's not either or. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for your comment. It's a very, very good comment. Actually, our group's also thinking that the cheapest way to solve the problem is to change our behavior. So we don't need any technologies. So we just take less plastic bag or use a reusable bottle. So it can change a lot. Thank you.
Okay, we can move to second questions.
It's not a question, it's not a comment, it's just a little gift. I want to laud my colleague from the FAO. So. Passing.
Thank you. Thank you. I like it.